You might have been fascinated by the marvel of the magnificent bridges shown in Hollywood movies. These bridges are usually American or European and are portrayed as the epitome of modern engineering and architecture. But if you ever had the experience of setting your eyes on a grand bridge anywhere in China, you will certainly know that there is no limit to what modern humans can achieve. From ripping the rivers apart to submerging under the unforgiving waves of the seas, to being the tallest and the longest in the world, the Chinese have left no stone unturned and haven't held back even the slightest when constructing their bridges. These colossal bridges put all the other bridges in the world to shame. Some of the latest ones have made even the Americans, considered the greatest architects of our age, scratch their heads. Building bridges is not all new in the history of mankind, and the first built bridge called Caravan Bridge is the world's oldest reliably dated. It's a stone arch spanning over the Meles River in Izmir, Turkey. According to the records, it dates from 850 BC, making it almost 3,000 years old. But we have come a long way from that time, and those bridges hold no value in front of the bridges we built today. Hello and welcome back to the video. As you might have already guessed by the title, we will be discussing the grandeur of modern Chinese bridges in this video and show you the most ingenious one. Number 5. Hangzhou Bay Bridge. Opened in May 2008 after 9 years of hard work, this old bridge is still honored as it has the world's longest sea crossing span. It stretches a mind-boggling 22 miles or 36 kilometers across the Qiantang River at the Yangtze River Delta on the East China Sea. That's almost 25 times longer than the Runyang Bridge and 9 times longer than Japan's pride and joy, the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge. The cable-stayed bridge snakes across the open ocean, carrying 6 lanes of traffic. You do have to pay $12 to cross it though. But the toll fee is nothing compared to the bridge's price tag of 11.8 billion yuan, $1.72 billion. What made this bridge so costly even back then was the hurdles in its construction. 600 experts spent nearly a decade designing the bridge. Most parts of the bridge had to be built on land and then transported to the area for which they were built. Another challenge was that the area was very formidable. Being a sea environment, the engineers had to fight several hindrances like erosion of materials, the soft sea soil that wouldn't hold, and even in some instances, very powerful typhoons. As a result, the project was prolonged but completed thanks to the determined workers. Number 4. Pingnan Third Bridge. Starting off our list for today, we have the Pingnan Third Bridge, located in Guangxi, South China, and designed by Guangxi Road and Bridge Engineering Group. This is the longest arch bridge worldwide and even holds the Guinness World Record for this very feat. It spans the Xinjiang River and has a length of 3,395 feet. The main arch alone is 1,800 feet. It was first opened on the 28th of December 2020 for the traffic. The arch was constructed using a method called concrete field steel tube, CFST, which combines the benefits of both concrete and steel, making it resistant to the environmental effects. Though the bridge is limited by the 60 km/h maximum speed allowed on it, its construction was one of the cheapest in the world history, which may seem impossible considering the durability that it is offering. Number 3. Runyang Bridge. This is China's second longest bridge. It crosses the Yangtze River in Jiangsu province, downstream of Nanjing. The total project cost approximately $602 million. The length being a little more than 7 kilometers, this bridge complex is composed of 2 main bridges. One suspension that upon its completion in 2005, it became the 3rd longest suspension bridge in the world and the largest in China, and the other one being a cable-stayed bridge. The road of the bridge floats 50 meters above the river surface. This elevation is there so that enough room is left for the ships that pass right underneath the bridge itself. The soil of the site was not very suitable for this project, and this would have caused havoc if the scientists hadn't come up with their clever strategy of burying the base deep into the layers of the earth. Trenches close to 60 meters were dug and the foundation of the whole structure was buried there so that there is not even the slightest chance of the bridge moving. Anticipating future traffic levels, the 6-lane highway is designed for 100 km/h. The project is the highlight of a new road network for the Jiangsu province. Number 2. Danyang Kunshan Grand Bridge. The Chinese seem to have some kind of an obsession with building bridges. The total number of bridges in the country exceeds 20,000, but still, most of them seem to hold at least some kind of a record, and the Danyang Kunshan Grand Bridge is no exception. Being a famous attraction in China, it holds the record for being the longest bridge in the world, spanning a staggering length of 165 kilometers. It is also one of the most expensive projects ever built and costs a whopping $8.5 billion, even back in 2006 when its construction first began. However, the revenue it will generate according to the Chinese government is manifold, and it will be profitable for them in the long run. Even for a country as quick as China, where buildings are erected in only a matter of days, this megastructure took 4 long years to complete. But this is nothing short of a pinnacle of modern technology and engineering, and is a feat no one else has been able to accomplish yet. Some close to 10,000 workers were employed in this project. If we look at the dynamics of the bridge closed, we might get an idea as to why this bridge was particularly so difficult to accomplish, and why the rest of the world has been able to present an example like this. Originally designed to connect China to the Shanghai High-Speed Railway, the bridge cut the time from Ningbo to Jiaxing from 4.5 hours to just 2 hours. The bridge transits Yangtze River for most of its route. A 9-kilometer segment of the bridge even crosses Yangchen Lake. This particular kind of bridge is known as a viaduct. A viaduct is simply the term used for a bridge that has arches, piers, and columns that support an elevated road. It connects 2 equally high points and is an overpass. The conditions in the delta of the river where it is situated are very hostile, but still, the engineers managed to make this structure 100 feet high and 260 feet wide. Number 1. HZMB. Whatever people may say, the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is undoubtedly the most modern, the biggest, and the most expensive bridge this world has ever seen. It has shocked and shook the world of engineering to its core. Especially the Americans seem to be the most awestruck by what the Chinese have been able to achieve. It would be wrong to even consider it a mere bridge, as this mega project consists of a 55-kilometer system comprised of cable-suspended bridges, a submerged tunnel, and to your surprise, even 4 man-made islands. All of these components sum up to form the 6-lane highway linking the major cities of Hong Kong, Zhuhai, and Macau. It is both the longest sea crossing and the longest open sea fixed link in the world. The project started in 2009 and was completed in small segments over a period of about 10 years. Due to many reasons, including the budget, the opening was delayed from 2016 to 2018. Many technical challenges surfaced during the construction, especially the ones underwater. But the Chinese emerged victorious against the brutal forces of nature. Once it was completed, its estimated life was said to be 120 years. A large portion of about $20 billion out of China's developmental budget was put into the project, hoping for even greater returns. Due to this reason, the bridge is not free to use, and the cost of the toll is up to 200 Chinese yuan, or around $31. There are shuttle buses for those that couldn't get access to a permit, so they can run across the bridge for a price of a ticket at around $10 in China. All of this collected revenue is justified considering it is not for the government. Rather, it is directly spent on the maintenance of the bridge, which is not very cheap, keeping in view its ginormous size. Some concerns are associated with the HZMB, like the safety of the passengers that travel along it, with its negative impact on the environment, especially the ecosystems of the sea that it has disturbed. But all in all, it is one of the most impressive things we as humans have been able to create, and we might not see anything like it, at least not soon. This brings us to the end of the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and sharing so we can keep bringing more content like this. See you next time.